Romancing the Dungeon is intended for mature audiences, as this show contains adult themes. Oh, not those kind of adult themes, I'm being told. Just sensitive stuff that some audience members may find upsetting. Content warning for specific episodes can be found in episode descriptions. Where can I go to find some of those other adult themes?
Tell me why I'm so alone when I know you're here with me.
You're listening to Romancing the Dungeon, a softcore D&D podcast about heroes navigating their daily lives while looking for love in a world full of peril, monsters, and heartbreakers. Last time on Romancing the Dungeon.
Oh my god, did you have to do that? I was just trying to see if you're still alive. I mean, like you're in here in a cave with giants.
I'm having a bath. You came up to me. I am Knight Scout Achilles Steele of the 1st Regiment, but seeing as you're not my squad and I like to make fast friends, you could just call me AJ.
We got sent by Little Horn up here to deal with the giant problem.
Giants aren't a problem.
I mean, I feel like the very big boulders crashing down in the city would say otherwise.
It's not us.
You don't think it's...
Oh, Benji. It has to be.
We could go up and just ask him to stop.
Looking up at you menacingly, you see the entrance to Benji's lair. And we cut back to the Gregs, and as they're cleaning up the charcuterie board in the bath, Greg turns to Greg.
I never told you about Twinkle.
Are you lonely, miserable, or just plain horny? Well, you've taken the first steps to solving your problems. At least your dating ones. Welcome to D8. Devoted, desired, dreamy or dirty. Dapper dates for dejected daters. My name is Dr. Roz Greypurse, founder, CEO, and love wizard, and I'm delighted to announce a line of Roz Greypurse plushies. Grab your Roz now with 3 accurate catchphrases. My name is Dr. Roz, founder, CEO, and love wizard. Fuck. Okay, we can take that again, can we? You're lonely, you're miserable, and you're horny, but get those filthy ideas out of your head, buddy. Your short sawdust isn't a flammable stuffing. Coming to a toy store near you, shut the children in your life up with their very own Roz doll. Roz Signature smokes sold separately. It's time for a question. What was the last thing that made you smile?
I was taking a lovely hike up a mountain the other day, and this total asshole was walking in front of me. This reminds me of a friend, but not quite, and he tripped a little bit. It's hilarious. Didn't quite fall, unfortunately, but yeah, nice little... just those little things that make you happy, you know? You gotta
other people's miserable injuries.
Certain people, sure.
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Specific people.
Yeah.
When I really think about the last thing that made me smile was at a dinner party I hosted. Marilla gave me a handmade gift, which was really sweet. She made me these mittens, which I love.
Recently, I enacted the ultimate vengeance on someone who slighted me and my companions.
Okay, that's not alarming at all.
I would have to say RSVPing to this meeting. I said I'd come, and I did.
And you know what? That's put a smile on my face, AJ.
Actually, technically, you asking me that question put a smile on my face, so that would be the last thing that made me smile.
Gosh, you're just a wholesome fella, aren't you?
A better question is, when the last time I wasn't smiling?
Oh, that's gonna keep a smile on my face all day. You know, not the whole week.
The last time I smiled was when Kyle shot Hephaesta directly into the face. That was rather funny, actually. Memories.
It's like Nate's still here.
Hephaesta, Kyle, Fia, and Ivan. The 4 of you stand shoulder to shoulder with your new friend / guardian, Agelius Steele, the Night Scout of the 1st Regiment of the Galeshire Army. The 5 of you, the wind screaming all around you, a flurry of snow and hail lashing at you, exhaustion seeping into your bones, the tiredness in your muscle from hiking up the mountainside. You find yourselves face to face with the entrance to the Frost Giant's lair. The maw of the cave, shaped somewhat like a skull, snarling out, with stalactites and stalagmites stabbing out of the rock face, icicles exploding out of the eyes. You have a general sense that this is not a good place.
I'm just leaning against Kyle going, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you.
Again, not me. Again, was not me. It wasn't me. It was.
You brought me here, and now there's a murder skull cave, and we're going to die, and all I want to do is take a nap.
Hang on. First of all, this is absolutely your aesthetic, so I don't know why you're giving out.
Okay, fair.
And secondly, it was Fia.
It was Ivan.
It was the power of love.
I hate you.
Oh, boo.
Just quick pop in. We'll say, hey, Benjamin Killer. It's us, your friends. Please stop. And he'll go, cool, for having the courage to talk to me. Someone reaching out. That's how we play it.
That's how this has always worked.
I would be very much of you on the optimistic side of things, but if anything over the last few months has taught me it is like that, yeah, maybe take it with a little grain of salt.
Fia, you are so smart. Did anyone ever tell you that?
So you're the only one who can actually communicate with this fella.
Mm-hmm.
And also kind of the designated representative of the village down below.
Well, I think we speak for all of them. When we say, please don't destroy... They won't mind that anyone else speaks up for destroying the village. I think we can all speak to that.
Yeah.
But you are right. I'm the only one who can speak giantish. Would I know if giants sleep?
Think back to all the sleepovers at the Greg's house. Yeah, they definitely sleep.
So Benji might be asleep. In which case, I think we sneak in, leave a little note on his table, signed by us, and I think that should do the trick.
Or we could sneak in and we could cut his Achilles tendons.
Right. Given how annoyed he is at the town, he might think Littlehorn's to blame.
Oh, fair point, yes.
So if we're going to do that, at least leave a note.
With the 5 of you standing there now devising or attempting to devise a plan, everybody give me perception checks.
12.
14.
18.
19.
21.
Oh my god.
Effectively, everybody but Hephaesta. It isn't so much something that you hear or see. For the briefest of moments, Fia, Kyle, Ivan, and AJ, there was a shift in the wind.
Did you all feel that?
Yeah.
Did you feel that?
Feel what? I feel tired. Can we just get this done?
Keep it down.
Well, no, maybe for now he'll come out here and then he's on our turf, right? And then
We're still on his turf if he's outside or inside.
Hephaesta, as your voice echoes into the cave, it gets weirdly quiet. And all of you inside hear, help, help, coming very, very meekly from further inside the cave.
Oh no, more work.
Sorry, Hephaesta. Shut the fuck up.
Fuck you. I've hurt Nate before
I'm
and I'll
not your
hurt him
bud.
again.
I'm not your bud. I'm your boss. Now quiet down and get in line.
Can I Eldritch Blast him?
Sure.
Natural 20!
Sweet Jesus.
For 3 damage. And then I have to do the... Alright, so on a 1 or a 20, something off the table happens. 14.
Okay.
Everything's fine, I'm just very angry.
I'm going to rat because Ivan's been Ivan. Shouldn't it be multiple D10 for like when you're a certain level?
But I gave up my
Warlock powers.
levels.
It's character level for cantrips, not class level.
Plus 6.
Okay. Ivan, you step up to Hephaesta to put her in line. And as you give her a good, stern talking to, you just see instant rage. And weirdly enough, it looks like she's on fire. Golden, yellow, red, and orange flames just dance along her skin. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
16.
There was a split second where you're not certain. It's just, it doesn't matter. And then bam, you are walloped as these two twisted eldritch blasts shoot out of Hephaesta's fists, striking you dead on into the chest, knocking you back onto your arse. The sound of the concussive force ripples through the cave, and overhead the energy that just emanates from it causes the rock face to shake. Everybody give me dex saving throws.
How much damage did I take?
19.
And then everyone gets a +3 to their...
Oh, thank God.
13.
25.
13 as well.
14.
10.
Oh, okay. I was like, I need you to say it for the people listening.
They know.
I can see your face. While everybody else is arguing, you're starting to think, AJ, that this might be a common thing. This might be just what this group of friends do, that they love to argue and hit each other with dangerous magical energy. They don't seem to have noticed, and you do a leap and a little roll into the snow as just a torrent of snow overhead comes straight down on top of everybody else. Everybody take 1 bludgeoning damage except AJ.
This is so annoying.
We're not winter people.
It's okay, I feel better, so it's fine. I just like produce flame, melt it all off of me.
Okay.
Festa, stay quiet, please.
I'm trying very hard. I promise. Now, let's go kick some sense into that fucking giant and get back home.
We're taking this slow and calculated. We need to survey the scene, see what's going on in there, because anytime we just run into shit, we end up in shit.
Nice to see somebody using their brains. Well done, Fia.
Do we know how far away it was?
It was a whispered echo almost. It sounded like they were very deep within the cave.
I'll still try. I'll try extend with a mind link. If it's 80 feet or less?
No, it's much further than that.
So they're at least further than 80 feet in. Maybe 81. But definitely more than 80. If they're in there, there's a chance that Benjamin Killer has taken a Jaman to kill. And this makes it very serious.
That's not good.
Historically not, no.
No.
So, dare I say, 2 arms? ?
This is no time for eating.
2 arms?
To eat the meats that we... Oh, I misunderstood you earlier. Were you trying to kill those giants?
Oh, no.
So what does 2 arms mean?
It means there's been a grave misunderstanding and I need to reevaluate the situation.
Deception check, please.
Versus inside?
16. No, 17.
Passive.
10.
Okay, yeah.
I'm trustworthy. Sorry, I trust people. Yes. He puts his arm out. To arms!
Excellent. Take the lead, chum.
Oh, Hephaesta's the leader.
Of our group.
I would say as well, but we are chosen warriors from a god. So, Hephaesta, please take the lead.
Fine, you guys can't do anything on your own. And I just start walking down the cave.
Do you want me to sneak ahead, maybe?
No, it's fine.
I can.
No, it's fine.
That's all echoing, by the way.
No, it's fine, really.
Festa, keep it down.
If someone's crying out for help and we can hear that, but we can't hear any big stompy giant sounds, maybe we're okay to talk.
Better off verge on the air of caution. Side of caution. Stuff. Just be cautious.
Yeah.
I'm continuing down the cave.
And there goes the worst version of what not to do.
I can hear you.
But on the upshot, by comparison, the rest of us are going to do pretty well, right?
Why did you think like that?
It's a classic tactic. We're sending the bait out first. It will cause a distraction.
Why did you think like that?
This done.
I'm going to draw out my longbow of the Raven's Talon and just go after Hephaesta.
Kyle?
Yeah, he's got nothing fancy. He's just going to stroll on.
Ivan?
Onwards.
Jalius, as you watch these heroes storm the cave, tantrum into the cave, skulk into the cave, and stomp into the cave. You kind of give a look around, and just as you head in, your eyes glance upwards. Buried beneath the snow, you see a large stone, and on it you see the rune for snow.
AJ's going to cast Arcane Eye and just try send it ahead of them all. He's beginning to realize they might get caught off guard.
Okay.
Maybe.
These guys! Really? Professionals.
Essentially, to give both you and the audience a description, as an action, I can move the eye 30 feet in any direction. No limit to how far away it can go from me. But it can't enter another plane of existence, no matter how much it wants to. And it's a solid barrier blocks the eye's movement, but the eye can pass through an opening as small as 1 inch in diameter. And I can mentally receive visual information from this. It has normal vision and dark vision out to 30 feet, and it can look in every direction.
Just pondering the rune stone and just laying a hand on the neck of your bow, you concentrate on the energy around you, and a small glowing orb drifts out of the bow itself. And you do see kind of a very translucent eyeball kind of looking at you. And it just vanishes as it kind of ghosts through the tunnels. And as it does, you see Ivan kind of looking kind of which way, kind of looking at everything. Thea, her back to the wall, looking at the rear, trying to keep an eye on Hephaesta. Kael, one eye on Hephaesta, the other 2 eyes just checking his nails.
Kael's eye might be the only eye that can see this eye, because it's invisible unless you can see invisible things, which you could. Yeah.
Aye. Kael, you don't see it, but your other eye, your third eye, sees it. A floating eyeball just whooshes overhead. And as it does, AJ, you see that whereas the Greg's was that you had to go down into it, this is mostly a straight cut through. And then it comes to a wall about 50 feet up. And directly below, you see a frozen river. Dozens of bones, human, animal, all frozen within it.
To Hephaesta, who's in front, I'll mind link. There's a frozen river up ahead. If you're creeped out by bones or frozen things, it's pretty creepy. Just that's my opinion. I don't want to color your vision of it. It might be beautiful, but a little bit further than us. Frozen river, big climb. We might be underprepared if this goes south. But if everything goes well, then hey, we might have made a new friend.
Are you telling me I have to climb things?
You can do whatever you want to do.
Kael mind links with Hephaesta and says, "What you doing?"
What are you going? Walking into the cave? What do you mean? Why is everybody in my head? Stop it!
Hephaesta, as you three-way call, it's a bit distracting. And before you realize it, you're already on top of the river. You take a step and another step, and then as you go to move again, you actually kind of skid a little bit. You are standing on the edge of a frozen river that cuts through the mountain.
It looks like frozen, like we
frozen.
This.
Yep.
Just keep going.
Okay. You're kind of mindful of where you're stepping, and the flame in your hand, it's wisping back and forth. There's like a draft cutting through here, and just as you get about halfway across the river, your foot snags on something, and just jutting out of the ice, you do see a hand, a frozen skeletal hand, just grasping up.
Are the rest of them behind me? Like, how far back are they if I turn around?
We'll say at this stage they are 20 feet because you did kind of leave everybody behind. So they'll be with you in a couple of minutes or a couple of seconds.
I'm just going to pause there in the middle of the river and just be like, Jesus, come on, and like gesture wildly. Take your time, slow down, speed up.
I don't know, we're making good time.
Thank you.
Do you know where you're going?
In.
Take your time. Let's just like suss out the area. I know you're...
River, bones, wall. Let's go.
As the 5 of you meet in the middle of the river, your gaze drifts up along and the eyeball follows through. It does continue moving, the bend in the river. And then there is a slight climb here as well. Not as steep as the wall in front of you. And Hephaesta, the flames casting your shadows up along it and around you all. There is a ledge, but best guess that's a 50-foot climb. The river, on the other hand, where the eyeball has kind of stopped and kind of just giving you a full picture of it, 10 feet.
10 feet little hop. I can give everyone a boost.
Yeah.
At the very least, you probably won't expect us to go in his front door, maybe like around the side. Knock, knock, hello, friendly neighbours. Only neighbours are allowed to call around the side.
That's true.
I've never talked to a neighbour in my life.
You should.
No.
Your mind drifts back to Ethel, the halfling next door.
I've never talked to her.
Shouted at her.
Got her name wrong.
Hey, Hephaesta, just a moment. You're the leader of the group.
Yeah.
But earlier when Fia was like, I can scout ahead, you don't have to lead the way. You can actually tell people to use people's skills in the...
Would you get me up the ledge, please?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Great. Okay. Thank you.
Good leading.
Yeah. Yeah, we're doing the 10-footer.
Okay. The five of you make your way along the neck of the river here, and you find yourselves at the ridge. And I was going to make a roll for it, AJ, but you just know you just know your way around a good river. The drop here, it's probably a natural formation, just the cave line and stuff like that. But it would signify that this is normally a fast-moving river, and a fast river doesn't freeze that easily.
So this frost giant might be quite annoyed. Hephaesta, you know the way when you get angry, and I don't know you that well, but you kind of flare up.
Yep. Yeah.
I think Benjamin Killer might flare like cold, so he mightn't be in the best of moods. So I think we should sort of just tiptoe around, figure out the core of their problem, and we'll solve it together.
See, I love a bit of sneaking, but at this point I'm starting to wonder, is he going to be less angry if people have snuck into his home unannounced?
We are breaking and entering, essentially.
Well, if we are breaking and entering, I wouldn't mind taking a look around a little bit first before we actually...
See what kind of stuff you got.
All right, Fia.
Spoken like a true psycho.
You know what, Heffy, I think you need to let Fia in front for a while. She's getting tetchy.
I'm not really. I'm just like...
No,
I
it's
just want
fine.
to suss out the situation and take a moment to think.
Go
You're
sus.
a deeply anxious person, Fia. That's not a problem.
I know,
That's
but-
okay.
Yeah, I just need to...
Come on, go sus. Go
I
sus
need to
things.
suss.
I must say, guys, the synergy is off the charts.
Well, that means nothing to me. But no, I'm sorry. AJ, what makes you think that Frost Giant has cold flare-ups?
The river here we're standing on should be fast moving. You can see it from its cool little waves, but it's not fast moving because we're standing on it. So I'm thinking it's been frozen over, and I don't think it's the skeleton bones. Although if you put hot bones in cold water, it does warm up the water. So maybe cold bones into rushing water freezes. We'll figure that out later.
What?
We are breaking and entering,
Yes.
but there's one time when breaking and entering into someone's house is a good thing. Surprise parties. And there's a festival on, of which he wants to be a part of.
I mean, there's a person crying for help. I think we probably have good cause to break and enter.
Are we heading towards where we think the help was coming from?
Well, you're moving further into the cave, so yeah.
Either we're too late, and don't count it as a loss, we got here as soon as we could, or we're just in time. In which case, hey, we all learned something.
I'm going to be honest with you, AJ. I don't really know how to deal with your enthusiasm. And that's not a you problem. That's a me thing. And it kind of puts me off guard. Not in a bad way, not you. It's just, I'm not comfortable. How about that boost?
Yeah, absolutely.
Excellent.
1, 2, 3. Ledge. Not it, you. You're doing well.
Inspiration, AJ, inspiration. Yeah, Kyle, he's strong. He's strong in other words. You're up and you have to kind of climb, like you're hoisting yourself up with the boost from AJ. Agilius, as you send the eye forward overhead, both of you to your right, there is a bank and a path leading off to one direction. The river continues on, and overhead you can just barely see, and Agilius, you see it clearly. There is a bridge, frost bridge, about 50 feet in the air. The river, the frozen river, continues on. It continues to cut through, and you could traverse. You can still travel up the river.
He turns and leans over the ledge and just says, I have to say, I didn't take you for a mage just by your kind of stature overall. Are you studied? Are you naturally gifted?
Magic terrifies me. My bow is quite magical. You can see that?
Well, pokes himself in the eye.
Oh, careful.
No, I'm trying to. I don't like it actually.
So my bow can do some things, but I tend to just let it do it, and I'm more of a scout ahead, boost morale, shoot some things if they need shooting.
Kyle nods, but you can kind of see he's lost interest, and he's just kind of playing along with the conversation at this point.
I go up next.
What? Let
The momentum from AJ's boost, you actually kind of bounce up.
Well,
Yeah, be next. Let's go.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, it's very awkward. So you don't climb. Like it's Fia and Kyle are kind of like grabbing you and pulling you up. So
It was me you were shouting for help.
No, I'm slipping.
No, please.
but you make it up.
Let's do it.
1, 2, 3. Legend.
And I'll turn around, reach a hand down for AJ.
The five of you make it up onto the ledge. All of you can see the path. It's carved into the mountain here itself. It's very tall. It's at least 25 feet and wide enough that two of you could walk shoulder to shoulder through it. As you all make it up and you survey the paths in front of you and which direction you're going to choose, to your right, all of you just hear, if you're out there and you're not going to kill us, then we could really use help.
I start darting in that direction.
Fia, as you spring into action and start to run up the stone path, coming from the river, there's a draconic voice shouts out.
Stay the hell away from my dinner.
What was that?
Loud, bad. Fia's running at it.
Is it giant? It's not giant, is it?
I didn't
sound quite like
understand
giant.
a word of that. But it could be the acoustics.
Did you say it was in Draconic?
No, it was. Oh, that was my bad. Sorry.
Oh,
that
sorry,
was my
okay.
bad. That was my bad. The
Sounds very dragony.
Yes. That's the way I was trying to. I was like, I didn't want to go, it's a dragony voice. It was in common. You've understood it. That came from the river, not the direction Fia has run in.
I think we should follow Fia. It's going to follow us. And then when we're there, we figure it out.
This guy kind of thinks like I do. I like that. Yeah, let's go. And just start running.
Race it.
Never mind, I hate him.
The corridor, Fia, that you're running through, as you continue to try and follow the sound of the voice, you come into a very large rectangular shaped room, or roughly rectangular shaped. There's a lot of smashed furniture. Hazarding a guess as you kind of run through, it kind of looks like a dining room. The corridor continues on. You can, literally where you run through, right opposite you can see there's another secondary tunnel that looks out into the cave from another angle.
I slow my pace right down. I'm being as quiet as I possibly can as I take my time around this room.
And taking a pause, you see a smashed cypress table, 3 broken chairs. The rest of the gang have you've all kind of funneled in at this stage, and you kind of see Fia crossing the room, heading to the other kind of adjoining corridor, and you come across the same scene, a very dilapidated, demolished looking dining space.
As I'm slowly creeping, I just kind of put a hand back to them to just caution them as I continue slowly pacing up to the other tunnel.
Give me a stealth check.
I knew it was coming. 19?
Yeah, fair enough. As you approach this corridor, and you've kind of given a signal to the others, and AJ, you recognize it for what it is. Kyle, you're like, oh, okay, I think she wants us to stop or be cautious. Ivan, yeah, you get it too. You understand the signal. Hephaesta just looks like Fia's shaking her fist at you.
Just keep jogging.
Yeah, you're jogging right up to her. You make it into the corridor. There's some steps down, very, very deep steps cut into the rock here. And there's a light coming from the room beyond, and you're looking into a kitchen. It looks very odd. There's a couple of crystals hanging from the ceiling that are that's where the light seems to be coming from. There's a heap of bones stacked in one corner, jammed into a makeshift cell made out of the bones of a giant mammoth. You see an Earth Ganassi and a human woman, looking out hopefully and eagerly. They don't spot you.
And there's nothing else in the kitchen with them?
You don't see anything else? You see a very wide entranceway on the northern side of the kitchen.
Okay, so the cage is made out of bones. Is it held together with like rope or something?
No, it's just it's a giant rib cage.
Rib cage. I go over and I like hunch down beside it. It's like,
oh my God. Okay, I just thought I was going nuts. Like I literally thought I was like, Birdie, you've lost it, girl. You've lost it. You lost your bag. You lost your sticks. You lost your ensigns.
Okay,
you've lost it. You're just hearing things. You're dead. You're gonna be dead.
Wait. Shh. Is there anything else in here with you?
No, like that brute that just grabbed me and shoved me into this car cage is gone out somewhere and didn't even have the decency to give me a cup of water. And I asked quite nicely.
Was it a frost giant that put you in here?
Well, he was quite frosty in reception, and he was certainly quite big.
Okay, I need to figure a way of getting you guys out here.
You've dealt with the other thing, right?
What do you mean other thing?
You've dealt with the dragon.
What?
The dragon. And then you just kind of hear from Harper, oh yeah, there's a dragon. Real big. Real mean. She said some awful things. She said that my ponytail was so old and out of season.
Okay. I'm looking around. Is there any way I can see about getting them out of this, like, rib cage jail?
You'd have to either lift it off or break the bones.
And do the bones look breakable or do they look sturdy?
They look pretty sturdy.
Them bones.
Have calcium. Yeah. Okay.
We just kind of go back to the dining room. Who's followed Fia and who's staying, or is anyone staying here?
I think I followed.
Okay.
I followed frantically, just going, Fia.
Kyle would have positioned himself like either just inside the door on their side, looking out, and just kind of keeping watch.
Ivan's just staying back just to see how everybody's doing.
Seeing quite a few of you, Birdie, I mean, she has like rust brown hair and very, very pale skin with just a light dusting of freckles across the bridge of her nose and these gorgeous emerald green eyes, beams a hopeful smile. Get us out, please, before she comes back.
Is there any, so because we are in a cave, I'm thinking about looking for an anchor point. So something like a stalagmite that I can like tie a rope around. And what I want to do is I want to see if I can wrap it around the cage and use the anchor point and try and pull or lift part of the cage so they can scoot out underneath it. Like get a few of these guys to help.
We're so sciencey today.
Fia, while you're looking for something to leverage weight against to be able to pulley the bone cage, what's everybody else doing?
So while she's trying to figure that out, I'm going to look for something I can use to maybe break the bones.
Okay. Give me an investigation check. AJ?
I will run in, see what's happening, grab a carcass, and try to drag it over into where the cage is. A little switcheroo. I'm hoping dragons don't know how long we last.
Fair enough.
Nice.
Okay.
Very good. Nice.
I can't eat her, I'll get food poisoning.
Take your clothes off, put it on the carcass.
Ivan?
Yeah, I'm again standing back. I'm just keeping watch. Everyone's seeing how they're doing.
How would you currently grade everybody based on plans?
I mean, Fia, we're going to give her a B-. She's doing well. Kyle, I'm thinking like a C. A for AJ, of course. And then we've got like a D-.
It's my favorite letter.
Yeah.
A big fat D for him.
Perfect.
AJ dragging the carcass of what you think might be a snow bear. Birdie winces at the smell as it gets a little closer. Fia, there is a couple of rocks that you could sort of leverage against, and you've started tying off rope onto one of the thicker bones, and you're now kind of starting to fashion pulley-esque system.
Pull that bone.
Pull. Hephaesta, what you got on your...
8.
You don't see anything lying around the cave that you could, other than rocks.
I'm grabbing a big rock.
Okay, and you're just going to
Start smashing.
Give me an attack roll. Fia.
So now that I've kind of got this set up, I'm just kind of looking around. Could someone give me a hand with this? I can't leverage it all by myself. Help me pull.
Okay, Olga, are you able to... I have to write a note saying, sorry we brought it. Just to leave behind. Just so they know. Otherwise they'll assume something else happened.
Kyle is actively like strapping on his shield and concentrating his sorceress energies to like recover spells and stuff. So he's like, yeah, no, that's very important stuff. Yeah, give me a second, Fia, please.
Really, right now.
I will give you a hand.
AJ, where's your eyeball gone?
I will leave it behind now that we're tactically speaking. I'm an army man. I know tactics. I would have left it as our kind of thing to watch.
Okay.
The doorway
that you came through.
Yes.
Okay. Hephaesta, with you just smacking a rock against a bone, how did that go?
I got a 5.
Okay. Yeah, you're just smacking a rock against some bone. Fia, Ivan kind of comes over and giving the knots she's tied. They're a quick inspection. They look like they'll hold. Give me a strength check with the advantage with the other person helping. It's cancelled out because you are still exhausted.
Yeah.
So just a straight strength roll, one of you.
Probably you.
8.
You pull, and there's a moment where you thought the cage was lifting, and as you drag it, no, it's wedged in here.
Can I, ranking of kings style, study the bones to find like a weak point that I could like come in with my rapier at? Remember ranking of kings that show you really love that I recommended?
I already get accused for being way too anime in my games.
Lean into it.
Okay, lean into it. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Give me an investigation check. Birdie's face is just her hope.
Unnatural 20.
Okay.
Oh.
Nice.
You just see Hephaesta there walloping away. There's something primal about it, really. It's just a rock and some bones, and you don't say anything. And at this stage, I think it's fair to say you've just kind of given up. It's not doing anything.
No, I'm not really trying.
Yeah.
I'm still doing it, but I don't intend for anything to be happening.
She's actually managed to fracture it. And, were you a good person, you would tell her that. But you can see the weakness in the bone, and one good clatter would probably break it.
Okay. I will take a dagger from my pocket and I will throw it at the weak point.
Yep.
It hits Hephaesta.
Take that.
Oh my god, it might actually hit Hephaesta.
It's a natural one. She dings the bone and it distracts me.
You take the dagger and you focus real hard on it. It flies free from your hand and it's about 3 inches off. And Hephaesta, it whizzes right past you. Like, you're pretty sure it's clipped a couple of hairs. And it bounces off the wall and just echoes throughout it. And a roar erupts. And coming from the northern wall, you hear the heavy footsteps of something crashing into the frozen river and storming towards you.
What were you trying to do?
What the fuck, dude?
You had a fly on you.
How's that helpful in the situation right now? We're trying to focus on getting these people out.
I know, we can pick this up later, absolutely, and I want to, I'll be here for you, but we gotta go. People in the cage, can you squeeze through the bars? Have you tried? If you can't, let's all heave at once. Grab the rope.
Birdie kind of like shimmies up and she's like trying to push through.
Declan, carcasses are gross. Is there any lard?
Oh my god.
I do happen to have some lube.
Grease the bars.
Oh shit, why Why have we been sitting on the lube this whole time?
I take out my bottle of lube and I grease the bones, baby.
Okay, AJ, you have hands full of rotten lard, and then Ivan takes out a sleek-looking bottle and just starts plugging it onto the bones. Oh, God, these bones are very sleek now. And you can just slide anything in here. And Birdie, she pushes through and out the other side. She literally just out the other side. Harper stands up and moving towards the bones. He's gorgeous, and I'm just giving myself a moment to describe him here. Yeah, he has a ponytail that's pulled back, and he's got slightly olive sallow skin. There's a slight kind of almost olive green hue to him. These gorgeous chocolate eyes. Sorry, I'm having a moment. And a beard that is tidy and then long, organized with some gorgeous golden rings. He has a neck tattoo. So much chest hair.
And he's all looby.
And he's all mine.
Perfect.
He moves up and he grabs at the bone. And as he starts to squeeze through, his muscular chest heaving, I'd like to add, his eyes widen. Oh God, she's here. And he slips back the other way into the cage. And all of you turn and you see the sneering scowl of a young white dragon.
I don't remember ordering dessert. Breath weapon.
Sure.
Jesus! No!
But I like frozen treats. Everybody make a Constitution saving throw, please. Oh, we'll have to do that for Birdie too.
Everyone gets a +3. That's in FP.
Oh yeah, it's Birdie.
Kyle was still at the door. He never went over to the cage. Is he caught in it? I don't know the distances.
It's a cone, so no. If you stayed by the doorway, no. Everyone else had moved over towards the bone cage.
Fab.
What was it again? Constitution?
Con
15
save.
con save.
Okay, 15.
Okay.
14.
Oh.
I also got 15.
25.
Okay. Can you roll 10d8 for me?
Do you want some? Do you want some more?
Can I have some D8?
Oh, Jesus.
Don't give her the D8.
That's the name of this company.
Not liking that smile.
51!
Oh my god.
Is everyone dead?
No.
Oh no, saves and
Half,
stuff.
half damage for anyone who beat 15.
So I'm down.
And then roll a d6 for me as well, please, Alish.
You're down.
It doesn't return.
Boo.
Can you do a reaction?
Yeah.
Can I use interception because actually Amber is she close to me? Is it worth it?
No,
We were all at
you were all at the bone cage. Yeah.
Oh.
And so I will say, yeah, you and Hephaesta are kind of beside each other.
So my fighting style is interception, so I can reduce the damage for her by... I think it's
I have it as well.
It's like 1d10 plus 3, I think.
It is, yeah. I'm also going to do the same for AJ.
Oh, thank you.
Everyone's so helpful.
Fucking spells.
Kyle watches on from a distance.
God, they're so good
8.
to each other.
So minus 8 from whatever it
So
was.
26 minus 8 is 18.
9 back to you.
As she thunders into the room, sneering and there's a smug adolescent look on her face. A cloud of snowflakes just blinks into existence around her snout. She opens her mouth and a rolling cloud of ice and mist and fog just expels outwards, and the room gets even colder, and you feel yourselves washed in ice and snow that cuts deep. Birdie yelps and had tried to slip into the cage again for protection, but is now halfway frozen in lube and bones. And she's a little bit, she's stop, oh God, my hair, it's stuck in the lube. Everybody roll initiative, please.
As reaction to that initial damage, then, can I hellish rebuke against that?
Okay, yeah, just react away.
9, 11, 16, 20 damage.
Oh wow, you really hellishly rebuked that.
Yeah.
Is it
mad.
fire?
It is.
Is she melting? Is she dead?
Okay, there's a couple of things here to describe very, very quickly. As this spray of ice expels out of the dragon's mouth, Ivan, you step in front of Hephaesta, and you don't quite know why. You just do. It's, I have to protect. You kind of put you and yourself between her and the dragon. It catches you, and it burns, and it's cold, and you hear her kind of wincing. But out of the corner of your eye, you just see flames erupt around Hephaesta, and then you see flames erupt around the dragon as tiny little fires erupt at different points. Fia, you saw the attack coming and just kind of half stepped in front of AJ, trying to maybe shove him out of the way, but not quite quick enough to get him out of the blast or the reach of the cone of cold. How did we get on with our initiative rolls?
I got a 7.
Same.
22. 8.
Okay.
13.
Just to recap very, very quickly, it is AJ up first, then our young white dragon, Hephaesta, Ivan, Fia, and Kyle.
Fortunate.
AJ.
Are Birdie and their friend dead or alive?
Oh, Birdie's alive. Harper didn't even get hit by it.
I look to them, but take 4 arrows out of my quiver and aim towards the dragon and say, get ready to run. And I'm going to fire 2 attacks, and then I'm going to action surge with another 2.
Jeez,
to try get this 4 times.
Yeah.
First 2. Plus 8 to hit. There's a natural 1 for one of them.
Okay.
And then there is 19 for the other.
Okay.
Next 2. A natural 20. And plus 8, 22.
You're used to combat, but there's always something. No battle is the same. You heard the dragon. You didn't expect it to attack so quickly. And as you draw 4 arrows, holding 1, you find yourself looking around and you're checking on everybody. Your eyes fall on Harper and Birdie, the 2 skiers, snowboarders, the tourists. You're in the company of these heroes. There's something not quite right. And as you draw the first arrow back and it flies free, it actually, like kind of half like a misfire. The arrow actually, it does loose, it hits the wall and breaks, but the string, as it snaps back, it actually catches you on the wrist a little bit, and there's a sting, and that's gonna bruise. Take 4 bludgeoning damage. That pain though, that snaps you back. And the next arrow hits. And then the next arrow hits that arrow. And the third arrow hits again. Roll your damage. And your nat 20s for me in combat. It's not a double the dice, so whatever is it a D8?
D8.
So you've automatically done 8 damage, and then you roll the damage normally.
34.
Oh my god.
And for my bonus action, I will second wind to get some HP.
Okay. Fia, you watch as you see Aegelius take a bow out as well, and the bow is beautiful. It's an emerald stained neck that has twisting branches all the way through it. It's beset with these 3 glowing emerald stones that don't seem to emanate any light, but rather pull it in. He doesn't just take 1 shot, he takes 4. 3 of them hitting their mark, 2 hitting the exact same spot, the second arrow splitting the first. Second wind?
Only 10 HP. As I'm running and firing and looking to the people being, get ready to run, I'll dive behind a broken table.
Give me an athletics check.
18.
You skid a little bit. The floor beneath you has a sheet of ice that was almost invisible. This has become difficult terrain. Twinkle.
So is AJ too far away now to attack?
We'll have moved out of reach, yes. Yeah.
Oh, actually, she set me on fire, so... Yeah, so she's going to multi-attack.
Okay.
She's going to say, that hurt. I'm going to eat you first. And then attack Hephaesta. 14?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I need to get armor one of these days.
8 plus 4 is 12.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Don't add more. It's not necessary.
Plus 3.
You don't need to do that.
D8. Or, sorry, plus 3 cold damage.
Yeah, no, I'm
15 damage.
I'm down.
The dragon storms into the room, and at first AJ, you think it's coming for you. It opens its jaw and it snaps down on Hephaesta. You are a ragdoll in its mouth. Everything goes dark as you just feel its crushing bite against you.
I have 2 more attacks.
If you want to end the podcast, you just had to tell us. You didn't have to take us out like this.
Yeah. Fia is beside her?
Yeah.
Or Ivan?
They both are.
Yeah, I'm going to go for him. Just for being a hero. 25. 10 slashing damage.
You can make one more attack.
Oh, damn.
Just run.
So she's just like, meh. 13.
To hit.
Fia.
Miss.
Wait, I have inspiration.
Oh my.
What?
I did give her inspiration.
What a cruel motherfucker.
I actually didn't think she'd use it. It was a joke inspiration.
18.
All right.
Yeah, that hits.
Again, it was joke inspiration.
What have you done?
I don't know. She's drunk on power.
Another 10.
Ivan, as you watch...
Are you sure I can't get a reaction this round?
All of you watch as Hephaesta is just grabbed by the dragon and just tossed into the air. And Ivan, as you just watch a claw swipe and you are smashed into the bone cage. Fia, as you go to half throw yourself out of the way, it's a second too late as a claw just reefs down your back. You see this absolutely smug look on this young dragon's face. And her eye, God, that eyeliner is so sharp. It is... Yeah.
I'm going to cast Thunderous Smite first, and then so that's ready for if I make a hit. I'm going to attack, and I have extra attack, so I'll attack twice with my rapier. +6, so that is a 23 and a 15.
One hits.
The 23 hits.
23 hits. Okay, so the damage then for that, and I'm also going to Divine Smite as well, which I can do as a thing. 28 points of damage.
'Tis but a scratch.
Hey, you say that.
The Thunderous Smite as well makes a really fucking loud noise as well that can be heard 300 feet away.
Yeah, call my pal.
Make a strength saving throw as well.
Wow. Can I roll it again?
No.
10.
10. Okay, so you are either pushed away 10 feet or knocked prone. That's up to the DM, was it?
Is that not what I am?
Yeah, is that not what
I think you choose.
Yeah, you choose.
You choose.
Oh, fucking knocked prone.
Rude.
Yeah, Ivan, fuck this dragon. And this isn't the first whippersnapper you've had to teach a lesson or two to. You see Hephaesta in big trouble, and you summon the full wrath of the Oath of Adoration. And as the energy courses through you, you draw your rapier, stand to attention, point, and then lunge. The tip of the rapier just catches the dragon under her jaw, and all of you just hear this clap of thunder that booms. Rocks, ice, dust, everything just falls from the ceiling, and the room kind of fills a little bit. The thunderous energy is so loud and so strong at this point. The river cracks, and water begins to bubble up. The dragon, completely dazed by this, actually falls straight down with a thud, and Hephaesta's body rolls limply out of its jaws. Hephaesta, death saving throws.
11.
Okay. Fia.
Okay, so I have my Raven's Talon out, and I know I'm too close to use that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bonus action call for my Shadow Blade, and I'm going to stab with that. Was that advantage because they're prone?
Except you... No, it's not attacks either. It's just ability
It's
checks.
just ability checks. So 24 to hit.
That hits.
So that is 13 damage.
Do you not get sneak?
I do. Thank you for reminding me. Plus 2d6. That's another 4.
It's not fun, is it, when they're attacking?
No.
That's how much?
Another 4. That's my bonus action, my action used. I'm then going to disengage. I can't disengage. Never mind.
Yeah, because you took your bonus action.
I did.
Yeah. Thank you for ratting on yourself. You see kind of a moment of opportunity, and the bow, you're not sure if it'll pierce the hide. And instead, as you hold out the Raven's Talon, you draw the blade. It just manifests out of the twisting darkness. You lunge at it, slashing across her belly. A very large wound opens up along just behind her back right leg. Twinkle doesn't look great. Kyle.
First, who is the least fucked up looking person here?
48 HP.
48?
Yeah.
I've
Jesus
8.
Christ. Okay, well that's
30.
much more fucked up.
So I'm okay.
You have to give it to Ivan.
Yeah. Begrudgingly, Kyle, from beside the door, he will use a bonus action to bust out the wings and start a flying. And then as his main action, he is going to cast haste, but twin it using sorcery points on himself and on Ivan. Bonus AC, advantage on deck saves, extra action each turn, double movement speed. And then with the extra action provided by haste, he's going to fly into the air and take a swing at down the back of the dragon with his scimitar.
I'm prone.
That's a crit.
I mean, I didn't see it.
I did.
It's fine, it's right there.
Looks like a 0-2.
Thank you. Thanks, Ben. Thanks for ratting him out.
Oh my god, this is what it feels like. So 12 plus another 3 from the same thing that gives him wings. Celestial something.
Red Bull.
That other thing I can see.
Yeah, the Red Bull.
So
Drank with his haste. Crush it.
15 total, 3 of which is radiant.
Kyle, you watch as, holy heck, Ivan can do stuff. This Ivan guy's done more than Nate's ever done in all the time you've traveled with him. You watch as Fia skirts around and is kind of keeping an eye. And Fia, from where you are, you can hear the river, you can hear the ice breaking, and you can hear water rushing. You can also hear very heavy footsteps thundering towards you. As you see all this unfold, Kyle, you focus for a second on Ivan, yourself, and the energy just washes over you. And you cast it out. It's like splitting the magic in half and then doubling it. So it's the same spell twice. I don't know why I went so long-winded with that description. Math. Ivan, you feel your heart. It's just going nuts. Like, it's literally like everything looks slower, but you feel faster. As you feel this coursing through you, Kyle, your wings erupt out your back. You blast across this kitchen area right over the dragon, just dragging your scimitar along her side, tearing into her white scales. Aegelius.
First things first, I'm going to pop my head up over. Like, right, got it? I'm going to mind link while this is all happening with the dragon to be like, hey, we're friends with the Gregs. And just take a couple of pot shots. As I attack the dragon. They're prone to disadvantage, but I'm going to use that DM inspiration to give myself a straight.
Okay.
17?
Meets it, beats it.
Nice! Sweet! This feels great. 1 on the dice. Brilliant. 4 damage.
You do hear an
Ow!
In your might come from the dragon. The dragon, everyone else, the dragon groans as an arrow flies free from AJ's bow again.
Second arrow. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. I'm trying something else. I'll try attack, this time using Tides of Chaos to give myself advantage in the first straight roll. Pulling on the magic of my life. 8 plus 8, 16.
Miss.
Miss, great. I wanted the miss.
Joke's on you.
When I miss, on a bonus action, I can curve the shot around to another target. Ooh. The weak spot of the bone cage. I would like to try hit it to free the prisoners.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
3 plus 8 is 11.
Okay. So the first arrow flies, hits, you hear her cry out, ow. There's a little bit of guilt for a moment. Mm-hmm. And the second arrow flies free. It hits the ground next to the dragon, and then this one ricochets and hits the cage bone dead center. It's fully broken. It would just need to be pushed to snap away.
Push open the cage, you're free, my friends.
Birdie is like, I'm pushing, but my hands are just so lubey. And she can't get a grip. Give me a persuasion check to convince
the lube.
Come on, lube.
Oh, it's like season 1 all over again.
Ooh, 18 on the dice, plus my persuasion. It's a 2, so an unnatural 20.
Harper, on seeing the bone fracture, charges at Birdie, kind of barreling into her, swooping her up into his arms, crashes into the bone, and just barrels through. AJ, as you watch Harper and Birdie escape, you hear bellowing through the caves.
Twinkle!
Tell me why this hurts. If it's supposed to set me free.
This was Romancing the Dungeon. You've been listening to Amber as Hephaesta, Sam as Ivan, Louise as Fia, James as Kyle, and Ben as Ajalius Steele. Our theme song, Haunted, is by Ghost of Red Mountain, with title card and artwork by Ralph is Redacted. I'm Declan, and I've been your Dungeon Master. If you like what you heard and you want to know more about the show and who we are and what we do, check us out on social media at D8 Dungeon. You can follow us over on twitch.tv/D8 Dungeon for our streams. We're back in 2 weeks' time, and we will see you then.
Do you like that?
Did it make you feel funny in your tummy? A little lower?
In a good way? In a very good way.